All right, one of the most important things you need for your Nintendo Switch 2 is a grip. Something to hold on to this thing and make it a lot more comfortable to play. The only thing that's probably more important than that is a case. We're gonna look at both of those things in this video. We're taking a look at the NeoGrip by Skull & Co., who is now known as Savage Raven. We got the NeoGrip, we've got their brand new max carry case for the Switch 2, and we've got their EDC case for the Switch 2. We're gonna take a look at all this stuff. I'm gonna tell you all about it and whether you should be picking this thing up or not. The answer is yes, by the way. The answer is definitely yes. All right, we're gonna hop into this. We got a lot of stuff to go over. I've got the old NeoGrip from the Switch 1. I've got the old cases from the Switch 1, so we can kind of compare a little bit about what has gotten better over the last generation and what's kind of stayed the same. We're gonna start first with the NeoGrip itself. Now, if you look at this NeoGrip, let me take this off of my Switch 2 here. If you look at this NeoGrip and you look at this NeoGrip, they are basically the same. The difference, the biggest difference, is obviously the size. One is for the Switch 2, one is for the Switch 1. You'll notice here on the old one, it has a little bit of a cutout, you can see right here, but you can take that out. You take these 3 screws out, so it'll fit the OLED switch if you have it in. If you take it out, it'll fit the regular size switch. They kind of refined it as we went there. It wasn't really all that dockable at first, so they slimmed it up, made it dockable. I think the first one to be dockable, that actually dockable, was the Animal Crossing one, but then they were all dockable after that. They did change some things on the inside as they went along. They changed things from rubber to felt to different materials, but they landed on basically what this one was. And that is what the first version of the Switch 2 NeoGrip is, and I have to say, it's perfect. It fits the Switch perfectly. I got the Switch on launch day, and the Switch 2 fits directly in there. Zero problems. I want to go over what's inside here. On the back, they have 3 pieces of foam that go across the back here, and then a longer piece of foam on either side that's gonna go on the back of each Joy-Con. That's gonna keep this thing off the plastic, make sure you're not getting anything scratched up on your new Switch 2. It has a giant cutout right here, so yes, it does work with the kickstand. It's a little bit different when we get the bigger ones on there, but we're gonna talk about those in just a second. The other thing they changed, there was actually rubber on the outside of this right here, right on the outside of the Joy-Cons, which kind of helped it stay in place. Kind of helped it not want to pop out. That was another thing that they've changed on this one from the old one. It was rubber here, but the reason they needed rubber to keep it in is because this latch right here, all you had to do to get this off is just give it a little pop there. It was held on by a little notch right here that fits into this little thing. You just kind of push it down and then it snaps into place. On the new version, they have changed that. It does not have that snapping system anymore. What you do is you put it down all the way, and then there's a little locking mechanism, which I'll show you a better shot of here. You just pull the locking mechanism over, and then it's locked in place. So you don't have to worry about your Switch coming loose and then that thing popping out. That's kind of one of the things that happened a lot with the old one, but with this new locking system, that does not happen. I do really like that. I will tell you, if you buy this though, this locking piece right here, the piece that's in there, if you have it out like this, it does just fall out. You can push it from this side right here, and the little mechanism that goes over to latch will just fall out. It's just pressure fit. So if you have this out and you're just sitting around messing with your stuff, whatever, just make sure you don't lose that piece because it is very important. It does not have any other latch system to keep it in. It does rely on that specifically. Now, the other thing that is slightly changed, not much, but slightly changed, are the designs of the grips. They look generally the same. If you put them up side by side, you can see they're basically the same. The size is slightly different. It's not that much different, but the old grips, which I really was hoping would work, do not fit on the new Switch 2 version of the NeoGrip. So you're gonna get 3 types of grips in the package with you. These are the only ones right now that are gonna fit. They probably will have other colors as we get special edition Switches, different Joy-Cons and stuff like that. They did make one for just about every single Switch. So we'll definitely see more colors. Right now you can only get them in black, or you can get the black skeleton for the outside with the blue and red or orange, whatever you wanna call it. You get those two. That one looks very good as well. I do like the all black version more though. So you get 3 sizes of these. You get these smaller ones, which I believe are called the snap grips. You get the trigger grips, which are gonna have this big place for your finger to kind of rest on. These are not actually the biggest one, even though they are big in a different way. Just this little thing pops out here. They actually are a little smaller in this area. So these are gonna be the middle one, the trigger grips. And then you're going to get the plus grips. These are the biggest ones. These are what most people go to when I see them using this. I actually like the smaller ones better, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. All the grips are great. They're all very comfortable. As you can see here, you just kind of pop these off. They're held on in the exact same way as they used to be. So if you know how the old ones work, these work exactly the same. You just kind of slide them on here and then click them into place. And as you can see, it goes on, it stays on. You don't have to worry about these things popping off. They are very quick to change. You can take another pair with you if you want to have the smaller ones on, maybe to fit it in a case, which is what I actually like to use it for. I like to put it in different cases that are smaller. And if you keep these smaller grips on, which still do have a lot to hold on to, they are the smallest ones. But I mean, there's a really good amount to hold on to there. But you can fit it into a lot of cases when you have these on, which we are gonna look at in a moment. One of those cases is the EDC case that Skull & Co does make. I do have it here in denim. It does come in this camo. I think the camo is actually different. This is the one for the Switch 1. As you can see, a lot smaller. We'll jump into that in a second, but it does come in black, denim, and a camo color. But before we talk about that one, I do wanna tell you about the other case that you can get this grip in a set with. It is the max carry case. Now the max carry case is not a new thing. It's something we saw with the Switch 1. This is the one for the Switch Lite, which is basically what the one for the original Switch looks like. It's got a place for cards, you know, little storage area here. That's basically what you're getting with the Switch 2 version, but it is branded Savage Raven instead of Skull & Co. One thing that is a bit of a downgrade is the handle. It is now just a regular seatbelt material. As you can see, what they used to have is a little bit of a rubber grip on it, which I did like. It's not a huge deal, but it's just something to know that is a little bit different. The zippers are fine, basically just like the old ones. The old ones used to have little skulls that were on here, as you can see right here. They all kind of look like that. They have these little skulls. Now they have the little Raven logo. It says Savage Raven on the other side. They look fine. They look cool. I did like the skull logo a lot better. But as we look inside here, you can see we've got a place for a ton of games. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 games you can hold right there. It does have a little tag that says it's for Switch 2, which is nice. This is your area for the Switch. It's gonna have a nice soft little cover to go over your screen. You go in here. You do have some storage space here. You can fit a battery. You can fit an extra set of the grips. It does not have the little cutouts that they had in the previous version though. They had cutouts here that you could actually prop this thing up and make it a little bit of a stand, which you don't really need because now we can use the kickstand with this. We don't really need it, but you know, it would have been nice to probably keep that there. I don't know why they took it out, but they did. It's got, you know, deep pockets here, so if you do have one of these bigger grips on, it's gonna fit absolutely no problem. But they did add this little thing here. This is cool. This is an extra little, like a pouch. It did come with this, this nice cloth on the inside if you wanna clean your screen. I do have a screen protector on here, so makes it easy to clean that tempered glass. You can throw that back in there, but the cool thing about this is it comes out. It's all Velcro on the back, which I do find very, very cool. There's probably other places you could stick this. Right now, inside of here, the only place I can find to do that is the top. That's where it comes. So that's cool, extra little thing. This case is very nice. It's not like the most amazing case ever. It's got fine materials on the outside. The zippers are decent quality. I don't think you're gonna have any problems with them. They look to be the same as the ones that are on the older stuff. I didn't have a problem with any of those, so I would say those are gonna be fine. This is a nice little combo. I will have Jeep throw the price up right here for this. I'm not exactly sure what the price on this is. I know you can get just the grip and it's gonna be this price right here, or you can get the grip with all your stuff and the max carry case, and that is gonna cost you this amount right here. Now I do love the max carry case, and when I'm taking, you know, other stuff with me and I only wanna have one case, I'm not gonna be putting it in a backpack or something, this is definitely the way to go. But most of the time, that's not what I'm doing. Most of the time I do have a backpack, and that is where the EDC case is gonna come in. I really love this case. I used the camo one that I had for the Switch 1 a lot. I'll show you the inside of that one so we can at least see some of the upgrades they've made. Now in here, it's gonna be pretty basic. Same like felt material. You can hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 games in here. It's got a little strap that goes around your Switch, so when you put it in there, put this down, strap it into the top there. That way, if you accidentally pick this thing up and it's open, your Switch isn't gonna just fall out. It's gonna be strapped in. There's got another line of defense, which is nice. This was a very nice case. I liked it a lot. I used it a lot. This is the one I'm using now, and it's a lot of the same. It's just upgraded, and it's really nice. The way that they did this, they did put the gray on the inside here instead of the black, which I really like. And they have changed the front flap. Obviously, they have a lot more room to make a flap to cover your Switch screen because the screen is just that much bigger. But when you put your Switch 2 in here, it actually fits a lot better than the old one too. It is nice and snug around the edges. It fits in there really good, not too tight, but just perfect. Then you can go ahead and latch your latch here, just like on the old one. But you've got a place for 8 games here, which is great. That's a lot of room, plenty of games. You know, I feel like most people are probably gonna go digital this time anyway because of the whole game key card situation. But it's got another little pouch right here with, again, a nice little cleaning rag so you can wipe off your screen, make sure you get those fingerprints off there. I really like the upgrades they have made to this case. Got this little for Switch 2 tag, gives it a little bit of flair there. I do really like this, but as you can see, you know, if you forget to open it, it's gonna save you there. I do like that. The strap on this one is basically like the old one, little bit different. Now, this one is a kind of a hanging strap. So you can hang it on things, put it on your wrist. You can take the little clip off. This one has that same general style, but it also has a little clip on this side. So if you want to make it a strap that's more traditional, like the Max Carry case, you can do that as well. You can take this off right here. It can be a little finicky to get out of there. It's kind of tight. All right, so see, you can actually do that too, and then just reattach it. Yeah, this is actually very difficult to get back in there. There we go. Okay, it's back in there. It's because the place where it straps in is underneath of this, so it's a little finicky to get it back out. But overall, this is a great case. It's gonna protect you from a lot of drops. I mean, definitely drops. It's not gonna protect you from something very heavy running over it. You know, obviously a car running over it's not gonna be a good thing for your Switch 2, but regular drops, you know, drops of a backpack, maybe somebody falling on a backpack or something like that, you should be good with this. It's gonna protect you from most things. So now the question, should you buy the NeoGrip? I've already answered that. I think yes. This was my favorite grip of the Nintendo Switch era. And yes, they have been sponsoring a lot of my stuff lately, but they are sponsoring a lot of my stuff because I like to work with them. This video is not sponsored. I will tell you, I really love this grip. This is what I've been using. I do have others here to test, but I would say if this is one that you're interested in and you aren't worried about being able to take your Joy-Cons off with the grip still on, because that is the one thing about this that you're not gonna be able to do. There are other grips on the market now that let you do that. I'm not sure I'm sold on those yet. I'm still testing some of that stuff, but I would say if you're looking at this, either with the Max Carry case, without, if you're gonna pick up the EDC case, I think this is a good way to go. They took everything they learned over the course of the Switch 1 with the NeoGrip, perfected it, put out the perfect one for the Switch 2. It's what I'm gonna be using going forward, unless something I'm gonna be testing really wows me. And I will have those videos out as well. So yeah, check out the NeoGrip. I am gonna put a link where you can check this thing out, and I do have a code. It's 10% off. It is an affiliate code. It does help me out when you use it. If you wanna get one, make sure you use that, get 10% off. I'll have all kinds of other videos coming up about other grips, this grip versus other grips, more cases. I've got a whole stack of stuff we gotta get through, but that is gonna do it for this video. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like. Make sure you are subscribed. See you in the next one.